thank you to everybody who happens to be joining me in today's edition of Steady Abroad Stories of Hope. My name is Makure Soga. In today's edition, I have a friend of mine, a brother of mine, who is called Aaron Inspires. You know what the name says already? Aaron Inspires. So I'm believing that by the end of the show today, or in this edition, his entire Steady Abroad journey is basically going to inspire somebody today. You may be stuck somewhere just because you don't have hope, just because you do not know what to do, number one. Or number two, you know what to do, however, you do not know how to go about it. That is what we're going to be doing today. It's going to be a fun moment. We're not going to be acting like robots, like yes or no answer. No, it's going to be fun. However, try to pay attention because we'll be sharing something that will bless you. All right, Aaron, how are you doing today, brother?
I'm doing awesome by God's grace. What about you?
Bro, as I was telling you behind the scenes that God is always wonderful. God is always blessing us. He's always faithful, you know.
All right.
So, bro, I want to say thank you. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's a wonderful time. I have subscribers joining us already. I have followers joining us already. I have prospective international students who are just joining us. So, and I'm believing that whatever that we're going to share today will be a blessing to them. So, let's just kick this session in the name of God the Father, in the name of God the Son, and in the name of God the Holy Spirit. Bro, people who are seeing your face for the very, very first time, I want you to please help me to introduce yourself to them. Tell them who Aaron Inspires is. Where from this name actually. Let them know what you are also doing here in the United States of America. Please share that with us.
All right. Thank you very much. I hope your followers can hear me loudly, like
Yes.
they can hear me clearly, right?
Yes.
All right. That's good. Just wanted to confirm so that it wouldn't be like I'm just speaking into the air, right?
That is okay.
All right. So, Aaron Inspires. So my real name is Aaron Boateng. And if you are meeting me for the first time, I'm a product of St. Thomas Aquinas Senior High School, the only day boys school in Accra that has ever won this National Science and Maths quiz.
Bro,
Right?
are you sure about that? Can we check the records right now?
Oh yeah, you can check it. You can check. We won in the year, was it 2017 or something? Yeah, you can check the
2017.
records.
The only day school, high school in Ghana who that won the National Science and Maths quiz.
Yes, you can check.
Say that
The only day school. The only day school. You can check the records. Everyone that has won, Peters, everyone they are all borders, like boarding school. But when we talk about St. Thomas Aquinas, we are the only day school, right?
Okay, but
all right, so
you're a day person, right? You carry your troubles at least, don't you?
Charlie.
Bro, continue,
all right. Yeah, so that is me. After that, I continued to pursue my bachelor's degree in mathematics with business in the University of Cape Coast, which I graduated in the year 2018. Yeah, and then what again about Aaron? So Aaron is a founder of an NGO called the Youth Champions Network.
Okay.
And then I'm also I'm a CEO of a company that we deal in laptops back in Ghana. And then currently I'm pursuing my master's degree at the University of Texas at Tyler in mathematics. And then I'm a married person. Yeah, I got married in 2023.
Hey, so guys, we are putting this on record. Anybody who is you trying to DM Aaron at this moment, bro, can we make something happen? I want to buy you lunch. I want to take you to somewhere. Please. Aaron has just declared that he's totally out of the market for you. So don't DM Aaron. When you DM Aaron, it's business.
Yeah, it's business.
Right?
Business.
Bro, but how was life at UCC? I know we have a couple of people who are joining us. UCC education in Ghana compared to this place. I heard that some of the times you guys go for dawn quizzes and things like that. How true is that? I think it was Fred who was telling me that.
yeah, and he's right. He's right. I mean, I think it ended when we were leaving. After our batch, the remaining ones or those who were coming after us, all of them didn't go through that kind of, I don't say I don't want to say it's a challenge. It's a challenge though, but like they didn't go through those kind of sequences
Yeah.
in UCC. So yeah, it's true. So you sometimes wake up, you have to write a quiz at dawn. I remember this tragedy in my life where I was in Atlantic Hall, and most of our lecture theaters are at the other side of the campus. So we have the old campus, and then we have the new campus. So the old site and the new site.
Uh-huh.
My hall was at the old site, and then most of our classrooms are or our lecture theaters are in the new site.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have to write a macroeconomics quiz.
God.
And this man was very tough. I don't want to mention the lecturer's name, but a tough lecturer. And we were supposed to write around 4:30 a.m. I woke up and it was raining. Mark, like it was. This one, it was raining.
Wow.
People say that it was raining cat and dogs. This one, it was raining. It was elephants and zebras. Like it was very tough, and we had to board shuttle through the rain. And then when we got to new site and then the bus dropped you, we have to walk for like 5 minutes. And that 5 minutes, it was all rain. We didn't have umbrellas. So it was a tough time, right? It was a tough time. So those dawn quizzes, yes. I mean, I threw out from level 100 to level 400. I was writing dawn quizzes. And there are sometimes you can even write a quiz on a Sunday. And who tells you say that, oh, I'm going to church, and so God is going to write my quiz for me. Some of the lecturers, they are not Christians. And so they don't care whether you are going to church or you're not going to church or whatever. They can put the quiz at the time where you are going to church. So you have to forfeit your church and go and write the quiz. So
but UCC, come on.
Yeah, but I think when we were leaving, the new vice chancellor, when he came into power, like changed everything. So now they don't write quizzes. They don't write the quizzes on Sundays, and they don't write dawn quizzes. So you have to be within, the time frame that we come to school.
Should I be in Ghana and I'm considering schools? That could be one of the reasons why, bro. I would venture to go to UCC. Don't quiz at that time. Nah,
it has changed now. It has changed now.
Glory be to God. So if you happen to be a UCC student, alumni, or you are currently there, please put the hashtag UCC or something. Let's know what is happening at the University of Cape Coast right now, because people also in Ghana, some of them still they want to go to UCC. I don't know, but they still want to go to UCC. So
UCC is the best. UCC is the best as it stands now.
Don't start that here. Come on, bro. Don't say that UCC before you come and start something. Anyway, man, I want to say thank you once more for joining me here. 2018, that you completed the University of Cape Coast. That happens to be the exact year that I also finished in I was going to say University of Cape Coast. Please, I didn't go there. Ghana Technology University College. Those days, 2018, that was the time I also finished my Bachelor of Science in Information Technology. Bro, what did you do at UCC?
I read Bachelor of Science in Mathematics with Business.
Math, bro.
Charlie.
So you were the authors of Akiola and things like that in Ghana for us.
Charlie, we were just supporting. We were just supporting. We can't be the authors. Authors, we are talking about Alote, Professor Alote, them, and we have not gotten there.
Right. Okay, bro. Let's begin the whole conversation right now, right?
All right.
Which year did you actually start your study abroad journey? Which year did you start that?
All right. So I started the journey, let me say, back in 2019 when we started our national service. I most of my friends started, flying. Even sometimes, some of them, even during the time that we were service, you could see some of them running away, and we were really, how am I also going to do this? So, we started gathering information and other stuff. And one thing that I'll tell, the various listeners, those that sometimes, when you like you are searching for information, right? Don't be one-sided, right? Don't be one-sided in the sense that if you are seeing a black and white or a black image, try and find out if you can find a white image opposite of the black. So when I was making the research and other stuff, I realized that most of the people who were, getting the scholarship, the admissions, were people who were having second class upper and then first classes and the rest. So I graduated with a low GPA, like 2.58. So when I was searching, like I realized that it wasn't picking for me. So 2019, it wasn't picking. 2020, it wasn't picking. 2021, it was still not picking. I remember I applied to your school, University of South Dakota.
Are you kidding me? You applied to University of South Dakota?
Right. I applied to University of South Dakota, and then because of my GPA, I couldn't enter into the program I wanted to enter into.
That was was it 2019?
No, so USD, I applied to USD in either 2020 or 2021.
Okay.
I think 2021.
Wow.
And I got 6 rejections from 6 schools that I applied to. Wasted my money, wasted my time, everything. But I am someone that I don't give up when I know I am doing an investment. So I've invested here. I've applied to 6 schools, my time and everything, my resources, and I'm getting rejection. I don't want to end there, because if I end there, then it means that I've lost that money. I've lost that money that I invested. So 2021, then I started to research again, and this time around, I was going for every in-depth information that I need to get to, and then I was not looking at just the one-sided of the information. I was trying to also see if I can find the other side of the information. So that was what I did, and then I came across what we call the transcript evaluation, World Education Services, right? So basically, from the question you asked me, that was when I started the journey. So the whole journey started from 2019, but the actual one that propelled me into my state now started in 2021. How I did things different. Yeah.
That is quite intriguing, right? So 6 schools, and then with all the 6 schools, you had rejection for all of them in the year 2019.
No, in 2021.
In 2021. So
right.
Do you still remember some of the schools you applied to, including the University of South Dakota that you applied to?
Yeah, I applied to Grand Valley State University. I applied to Ohio University. I applied to, bring yourself, 2021. That's like 4 years ago.
Wow.
If I should open my phone, because I'm using my phone.
Yeah.
Like I have those lists in my archives.
And with all of these ones, you were paying fees, application fees. You had no waiver for no free waiver for any of this.
I think it was just one school out of the 6 schools. It was just one school I had a waiver. I had a waiver. I think that school was bring yourself. It's in Greeley, Northern Colorado, University of Northern Colorado, Greeley. Okay. But that same school, when after my evaluation, after I did the something different, I applied there, and then now I got the admission. So that was what made me know that it was the GPA that was actually disturbing.
Bro, so with all the 6 schools, I want to believe that all of them, they were just rejecting you just because of that low GPA thing. It's so good that we are starting the conversation from this side. This is because, there's people still in Ghana. Some of them just had a pass. They had maybe second class lower, and then they're like, well, there is no hope for me. Just because people who are here in the US, whenever they go on live or they're talking about stuff in the video, they make mention of the fact that I graduated with first class, and that's how come I was able to get my scholarship. I graduated with maybe second class upper, and that is why I'm able to make it here. But we've all come to the conclusion that, listen, there is a school for everyone.
Right.
There is a school for everyone. It is just for you to know how to get in. That is the entire how to get in. Look at you. You applied to 6 schools at that time, and then you had rejections for all of them. However, as you said, you were able to, maneuver your way, get to read more information, getting yourself informed about how to get in. You learned about the transcript evaluation. You got it, and then by the grace of God, it happened to boost your GPA, a little bit. So there you are right now, 6 schools. And so finally, you are at what's the name of the school again in Texas?
The University of Texas at Tyler.
University of Texas at Tyler, right?
Tyler, right.
Okay, Tyler. Wow, that's good. So now you're studying, is it still mathematics in there?
Yeah, I'm still doing mathematics, and this time around it's pure mathematics.
The one at UCC, it wasn't pure mathematics for you?
You know, yeah, that wasn't pure because it was a blend. I mean, we're doing some of the pure, like the real analysis, the abstract algebra, and the rest, and then we're doing some part of like the applied as well.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then I was blending it with management, like business courses as well. So, but this one, you are doing, I mean, all your courses are, I mean, mathematics courses, and then they are all pure mathematics courses.
Interesting. Okay, so now let's get into this university that you are right now, University of Texas at Tyler. So now we'll be talking about if you still remember some of your admissions requirement for this particular program, how the application process went for you. So let's just begin with you looking into the admissions requirement. What were the things that were required for this particular program? Talking about the mathematics program at University of Texas in Tyler.
So it's amazing, and how how I was able to come across this school. I was going for a youth meeting, and you know during 2021, I was so obsessed with my phone because like nothing was working, and I wanted to at this time go and pursue my masters. And I don't have the money because I don't have any parental backing. I don't have anyone to support, so I have to find a way to get a scholarship or a department that is going to tell me that, okay, I want you to work for us, and then we want to capitalize on your skills, and then we will also pay your fees for you. So I was always on my phone making sure that I'm getting information. So I was going for youth meeting, and then I chanced on this school on LinkedIn. So someone posted something, and then when I was reading the person's post, I saw a friend, and then that friend led me to another person's page, and then I found a school there. So when I came back to from the youth meeting, then I said, let me go into the school's website. So I sat down for almost like 4 hours. I was on the school's website, making sure I've gotten all the information. And then I found the maths program. And Mark, it was shocking to me when I saw that the program do not allow a recommendation, or do not require a recommendation letter. Does not require me to write a statement of purpose. The only thing they are required for me is my transcript, and then a GRE during that time, and then a resume. And even the resume, it was optional. And I was like, really, is this real? So quickly, I took the program director's email, and then I emailed him, and I was like, this is the requirement I saw on the website. Is that true? Is it true? Do they just need my transcript and my GRE score? And if I don't have the GRE, what is it? So it was like, oh, if you don't have the GRE, you can still apply, but then with the transcript evaluation, it is a requirement. They won't accept the transcript from your university. I was like, okay, I've already done the transcript evaluation. Then quickly I put in the application, and then boom. So this program I'm talking about at the University of Texas at Tyler, no recommendation letter, no statement of purpose. So those of you who are struggling with statement of purpose, no statement of purpose. So if you have a resume, that is good, and then a GRE, and then the transcript evaluation.
Wow, but were you able to write a GRE? Did you write?
Yeah. So I mean, when I realized that the GPA was not helping, 2021 December 15th. That was when I registered to take the GRE on December 15th, 2021. So I took the GRE December 15th, 2021.
Well, was it the general GRE you took, or maybe the math?
No, so the general one that include quantitative reasoning, verbal reasoning. During that time, the kind of words man was chewing, it wasn't easy.
But man, were you able to make it?
Oh yeah, I mean, I was able to make the pass mark they were looking for. It wasn't that good to apply to top schools, because if I was able to make good, like maybe I would have applied to different schools. But I mean, that's all good.
That is good. So at least this school that we're talking about, that is the University of Tyler in Texas in Tyler. They were just requiring mainly your transcript, right? That is the evaluated transcript,
right?
And then GRE, right? However,
Right.
did you submit it? Were you able to submit it, the GRE?
Yeah, I submitted a GRE.
Okay. So
I
these were
submitted a
just the
GRE.
two main things that you were required of.
Yeah,
The
this
transcript.
was the two main thing that you
Yeah.
were required
So
of.
in your case, you emailed the professor before you applied for it.
Right.
Why do you think that was necessary? Because people will say that, well, the information that you want from me is already on the school's website. So why do you think it was that necessary for Aaron Boateng to, at the time, email the professor to, find out if this is okay for me, if what I'm saying is true? Why do you think was necessary for you?
All right. So, like I told you earlier on, I had no parental back, right? I don't have any backup to say that, okay, Aaron, you're getting admission. So how much is your school fees? We are going to pay for you, blah, blah, blah. We'll get your plane ticket and everything for you.
You had no uncle.
I had no uncle. I had no uncle. God was my father, was my uncle, was my mother, was my everything.
My God.
So in that case, I don't want to now go and then do an investment without any good return on investment. Right? Because already I've wasted some money from the 6 schools I applied to, and then I got rejection from all of them. So I don't want to go into the program where, or I'll put in an application, I'll get admission and no funding. So yes, there are some things that we can find on the school's website, but some schools don't update their website frequently.
Okay.
So sometimes the information you are finding there might be an information that was posted like 3 years back. And if you're going to base on that to make a decision in your current year, you might be making a mistake. So I always say that try as much as possible, reach out to the department. So don't be reaching out to multiple people. So reach out to a specific person in the department. And most of the times it's always laudable to approach or speak to the department chair or the graduate coordinator. So there is a difference between the department chair and the graduate coordinator. So the person I reached out to was the graduate coordinator, and the graduate coordinator is the person who coordinates all the graduate admissions, graduate funding, and all the anything regarding to the graduate program they are offering, right? So I reached out to him. It was necessary for me to reach out to him to find out, one, that what I read on the website, in the sense that they require only the evaluated transcript and the GRE, is it true? And if it is true, do they have, or do they offer graduate teaching assistantship positions or graduate research positions? And I am applying for the fall 2023. So would there be a spot available for me during that time? So these were the questions. And when I was, asking him these questions too, I also, kind of briefly explain, or like give a brief this thing about myself, who I am, and then what I'm doing, and then what I've done before. So he reached out to me, I think like 2 days later, and he told me that, oh yes, we offer graduate assistantships. And I was even shocked. This is the school that a program director told me that, when we go through the process and we go to the time where I was going for the interview, I was like, okay, so what if I don't get the visa and I have to reapply for the spring semester? And it was like, don't worry, even if you don't get a date for the fall and you get for the spring, we'll still keep your assistantship for the spring.
Wow.
I was shocked. So yeah. So that is why it's important for you to sometimes build a rapport with the programs coordinator, and it all depends on your speech. Like some of the things, when you write the email, it should look like you are standing in front of the person, speaking with the person. It shouldn't look generic. It shouldn't look robotic, and it shouldn't look like you copied and just send a normal email like you are talking to me, like the way we are talking. Just put it in the text and then send it to the person. Yeah.
That is so good, because I know that sometimes when some of the prospectives, they reach out to me, they're talking to me about this scholarship, assistantship thing. I get overwhelmed about it, because some of them, they say that, well, I reached out to the school and they said that, well, they cannot guarantee the fact that if you do not get the visa and then you defer to the next academic term or year, we will keep your assistantship with you. It may change, right? Maybe the one that you are vying for somebody was able to get a visa to come. And so why don't we give it to somebody who is here in person rather than to have hopes? I mean, some sort of hope for somebody who is even yet to get how do you call it, visa date for the visa interview, right? But look at you, you were able to have this assurance for is that the graduate coordinator, right? That if you were unable to get it for the fall 2023 term, and then maybe you go in for the spring 2024, you will still keep it on board for you.
Right.
Hey, Aaron is well, there you are. You got your admissions to University of Texas in Tyler, which that was for still the fall 2023, right?
Right.
Study Bachelor of Science in Mathematics.
No, Master of Science. Hey, Bachelor, there you are sending me back. It's like you are sending me back, right?
My apologies, please. Master of Science in Mathematics, which is a STEM program. So it means that even after school, you are eligible to do 3 years of OPT, work authorization, here in the United States of America. Congratulations to you for doing that. So you came into the US with scholarship, graduate teaching assistantship.
Exactly.
How much was the cost of attendance for this university?
All right, so the cost of attendance was it 29,722. I remember clearly. 29,722. And the scholarship they gave me, or the assistantship they gave me, was amounting to 14,000. Exactly 14,000. So you deduct the 14,000 from the 29,000, and I was left with like somewhere around 16K. So 16,000 USD to prove as extra funds that I have during the interview.
29,722, and then you were awarded 14K. 14K. So when you compare this school with the University of South Dakota that you said you got, you were not admitted to in the past, because I think USD they do almost 25K. So that means that University of Texas is up a bit. Let's say 3K of or 4K or something like that. Okay, that is good. And then your assistantship was 14,000, right? Wow, that is good. And then after this, you have the opportunity to receive stipend, right?
Yeah. So the assistantship is the stipends. Yeah. So the assistantship is the stipend. So the 14 will be divided into 2 semesters, because the 14 is for the whole academic year. So it would be divided into 2 semesters. So like 7K, and then out of the 7K, you're going to be paying taxes and other stuff, right? Yeah.
Okay, so I was asking that because I know here at the University of South Dakota, the graduate assistantships, they are not like 100%. So which means that it covers just a certain portion of your tuition for you. And so it means that when you work maybe 20 hours maximum as a student, the thing they pay you, that you probably have to use that to get like backup for your deficit, the one that is remaining for the semester for you to pay. Is it the same thing at University of Texas in Tyler?
No. So this is how it is. So when you win any scholarship from $1,000 and beyond, in any of the universities that are in the Texas education system, and we're talking about University of Texas, San Antonio, at Tyler, Austin, like those schools we have about 8 schools, and recently 2 schools joined to make 10. Now, if you win any scholarship worth $1,000 and beyond, you don't pay out of state tuition, you pay in-state tuition. So you pay tuition as a resident. So that was what helped me. So that the total cost of attendance was around 40 something, or let me see, it was around 40 something. But then when because of the scholarship or the assistantship, that was more than $1,000. Now you were supposed to pay in-state tuition. So majority of my deficit, that was the 16K, was coming out of the living expenses, because on my I-20, the living expenses alone was 15K. And you could just imagine, living expenses, the international office normally kind of estimate it beyond. They try to go beyond so that in case you come here, it would, because when I compare how much I spent for the whole year, it's not even up to the 15K they put there. It's not even crossing 2 figures for the whole year. Yeah, but then they have to do those estimation for, other things, they like kind of miscellaneous and other stuff. Yeah, so that was what happened. So if you get the assistant, it's not fully covered. You are paying institution. Now, when you get here and you are receiving your stipends and you are living your low life, you are not saying that, oh, I'm in America, so now I'm a big boy, so you are living luxurious life and other stuff. You should be able to, out of your stipends, be able to cater for your remaining tuition fee. Because I remember when I came, the tuition fee I was paying for a semester was around it was supposed to be around 7K, but then they further gave some scholarships when I got here. They called the TRB scholarship. That's the TRB scholarship, and then it reduced everything to like somewhere around 3K for the whole semester.
So hold on. So after you were awarded the contract of GTA, you still got
extra scholarship as a teaching assistant. There is something we call the TRB scholarship. So that they give to, I don't know for other Texas universities in the Texas system, but in UT Tyler, if you get those teaching assistantship position or research assistantship position, you qualify for the TRB if your department fights for you. And that was one thing that I love about my department chair and the program coordinator. So they fought for us, and so we were able to get that tuition further reduced to like 25%. So that was how much I was paying. And remember, when you have the GTA position, you are not allowed to work the extra 20 hours. You can't work because as an international student, you're supposed to work 20 hours. And as a GTA, you'll be teaching and you'll be marking and you'll be supporting some faculty members for that 20 hours within the week. So you can't work as extra. Right.
You can't work extra. What do you mean by working extra? You mean above the 20 hours? That is.
Yeah, you can't work above 20 hours.
Yes.
Yeah.
That one is illegal for every international student in America.
Exactly.
Wow, bro, this is so much encouraging. Because let's start from here. How were you able to get the GTA, the graduate teaching assistant at University of Texas in Tyler? How were you able to do that?
So it was all about building a rapport with the programs coordinator and showing interest. And one thing about the study abroad, and I love one thing you said, that there is school for everyone.
There is.
All that you need to do is to be able to find that school, locate that school, and it will come down to researching, right? It will come down to researching. So the program, how I got the assistantship, I would say, one, it is by the grace of God, because how I chanced upon the school itself was a miracle. And then when I got in touch with him, it was like there was no Ghanaian who has passed through that department before.
Wow. So you happen to be the very first,
Ghanaian. I was the first Ghanaian to pass through that to be in that program. And when I came in, opportunities opened, and by the grace of God, I was able to bring extra 5 people into the department. Right. So
these extra 5 people, did they get something?
Yeah, they all came on the scholarship I had, the assistantship. They all fully
everybody, if you're watching us right now, if you're watching us right now, please, we need to push more people to Aaron.
I beg.
You need to find your way to University of Texas Tyler. When you email any professor, any chair of the department, tell them that, please, I'm coming because I heard Aaron is passionate about it. Please,
Macquarie, I beg you.
Bro, you know what it will mean for this department. Sometimes you will be there one day and then you just receive an email that, bro, we've seen that your influence has brought this number of international students to us. Bro, just go to the school free. You'll not pay anything again. Wow. Bro, continue further. That's so inspiring.
Yeah, so and even during their time, some of the information I didn't get when I was back home, because by the time they were coming, I had already spent 1 year over here. So I was able to assist them to apply for extra scholarship. So they were able to even get extra $1,000 on top of the scholarships that the TRB, and then the teaching assistantship, and then they had an extra $1,000 scholarship. So that's what happens. So I think the question was how I got the assistantship.
How you were able to get it? So you said you were able to just have it done by the rapport with
exactly
your chair, right, and all that.
Exactly. So the rapport I built and everything, and then because like I was the first Ghanaian coming into the program, and at the time that I applied to, there were only 2 students in the program. So I came to join 2 Americans in the program. Right, I came to join 2 Americans in the program. So when I came, we were just 3 in the program. So that was kind of also played a major role, and that was why I was saying that this was God's direction, because other schools, maybe they had many graduate assistantship positions that has been covered, but then in this school, every year they have openings for like maybe 10 students. They have like for 10 students, and it was just 2 students. So it was like they have more money, but then only few people were chopping were using the money.
I love that they were chopping the money.
Only 2 people had that chance to use that money.
They were the only people chopping the money.
So now when I applied, you could see that it was only 2, and they don't have more students. So now the chance of me getting into the program and getting the assistantship was very high. So when I got the admission, I remember when I got admission, within 2 weeks, I have the assistantship position. I have the letter. Then I started fast tracking. By then, I'd already applied to Ball State. Ball State has given me the admission and everything, but then they didn't give me assistantship. They said around April. So when this one came, I said, no, I can't wait for Ball State. So let me start the process. So I started the process and everything with this very university. So it's all about building a rapport and then finding the exact school that is going to be able to accept you and be able to give you the position.
Bro, this is so good, right? Because I was also having one interview with one of our students here who got a scholarship to also study English here, right? One thing that is like a trend I'm getting to know is with the fact that when you get to a program that is not overpopulated, there's some high chances for you. Because I know that some of them in the department or in that particular class, they're just like 3 in the department. So that means that whatever little funding or support that department is going to get, or any grant that the department is going to get, or any professor is going to get, of course, there's a likelihood of you getting considered in your department rather than another department. For example, you study mathematics. If you happen to be 2 or just 3, and then maybe the professor of the department, they just got some grant that, hey, we need some students to perform or do some researching stuff for us. Definitely, they're going to go to you. They're not going to jam the students who are pursuing mathematics that they're going for students who are doing English or theology or something. No. So
exactly,
if you are prospective, make sure that in your question, research about the schools, what program to go in for. Try to get some of this information. All right. Try to get, because bro, I'm gonna be clean and clear with you. My department, computer science, right now at the University of South Dakota, it is the most overpopulated department currently here at the US. I'm talking about in South Dakota, the USD. We are top. When you talk about the School of Business, of Law, Health Science, Sports, anything that you think of, the computer science department, it's overpopulated. Any little thing that would come,
a lot of people are rushing for it. Everybody have to get. It's a national cake, so we all have to share it for everyone to get some. So just imagine if you are back home and you are applying for that program, people are already here, and the grants come, Charlie.
Charlie,
Yeah.
Charlie, Charlie,
So
Charlie, Charlie.
so that's exactly what you said. Is about finding the right school for yourself.
Mm,
And I love one thing that Shaibu was doing. And
mm,
if you guys are, maybe you don't follow Shaibu, so
yeah.
Shy Guys, uh, I watched one of his videos and he was
Mm,
doing analytics of the number of Ghanaian students in some specific schools.
mm,
I know he's doing, I mean, economics and those data stuff, so he's able to use the Python or R or whatever software he's
yeah,
using to be
yeah.
able to get those kind of. If you are watching us and you are good at that, fine. Then you can use that to also shortlist some to see how many Ghanaians are in some specific schools.
Mm,
Because if the lower the Ghanaian population there, or the lower the Ghanaian students in a particular department that you want to go into, the higher your chance of getting into it.
mm, mm.
Yeah.
That is so good. Imagine I appear in front of any professor. Professor, I'm the only Ghanaian here, and I want to carry some good news over there. I want to make sure you do something for me. It's like there is a likelihood. I'm saying that because there was one time. this is a true story, right? One of our friends, I think he was in the class. He happens to be the only African in that class. So he went to the professor and he was like, "Prof, I'm the only black man in that class. So I'm intimidated. You have to do something for me."
Intimidation, pa.
It was very funny. But guess what?
Charlie.
The professor was like, "Yeah, I understand. I understand. I understand. I understand. I understand." I was like, "Oh, bro, it works well for you." But anyway, Aaron, this story is so inspiring, right? So this actually boils down to the fact that as a prospective student, don't just jump into something. Like, do your research. It is very good that there are a lot of people doing study abroad content sometimes, right? Aaron is doing wonderful things when it comes to study abroad content. And at our time, we were not having much of, this information, some of them at our disposal, right? And then here we are, by the grace of God, we're able to go through the fire. But as we're going through the fire, the fourth man appeared in the fire for us.
Exactly.
And then by the grace of God, here we are in the United States of America trying to help you. So if you do not take advantage of something that we were disadvantaged of, it's going to be a problem, right? Try as much as possible. Reach out to Aaron, reach out to McRae. There are a lot of people out there. You just spoke about Shy, right? Just we are here. Just let us know what you need the help with, and we'll be able to help you. So my brother came to the United States of America with scholarship, GTA, that is graduate teaching assistant. And then upon coming here to the department, as he said, they were able to fight for him to get the remaining fee more reduced for him, just because he got additional scholarship, right? But how did you know of this other scholarship that you spoke of? Was it your professor who spoke to you about it, or how?
No, so when I got here, I was in a room with other two Ghanaians who were doing electrical engineering. So that was how come I realized that if your GPA is from 3.2 above, if you are applying with your evaluated transcript and your GPA is from 3.2 above, you qualify to apply for some scholarship. They call it the new graduate fellowship. So the new graduate fellowship is 1,000 scholarship that they give to students. And since I came here last year, I applied for some. So this academic year, I had like $1,000 attached to my scholarship, and even my assistantship was also increased. Like when you get to level 200, or let me say when you get to the second year, your assistantship stipends increases. So so that was how come I came across that scholarship. And that scholarship, as long as you involve yourself on campus, or even if you were in Ghana and you were doing some volunteering work and other stuff, and your GPA is beyond 3.2, when you apply for it, you will get it. That is a conk. Because when I applied for it when I was here, I came here, and my first year I did some volunteering work in the community, where I went to the Tyler Rose Garden to help in keeping the Rose Garden clean and other stuff. And so I put everything into the scholarship application, and boom, it took place. And there are thousands of scholarships for that new graduate fellowship. So if you apply for it at all, you get it. Because all my friends who applied for it, none of them were rejected. None of them
So
were
with this
rejected.
one, you cannot get it until you are here on campus. Is that
No, you can get it. So the other Ghanaians that I said they came to the department this
Mhm.
semester, for
Mm.
the fourth semester,
Yeah.
yeah, all of them they got it back in Ghana before they came. So it
Mm.
further reduced theirs. And that was what I was saying, that I didn't have the privy. I didn't have the
Mm.
pre information before I
Oh,
got here.
before you came here.
So
Oh, oh.
yeah, so I was able to feed them with that information. They applied for it. They all got 1,000
Mm.
scholarship applied to. They are on their I-20.
So that means
Yeah.
that with this scholarship that we're talking about, it's not solely applied to University of Texas in Tyler. It is applied to every university in
in the
Texas.
Texas system. So not
Okay.
all the university are in the Texas education system.
Mm.
So it's like people that come together to form a particular body.
Mm.
So if you qualify to join the body, you bring your application, and then if they admit you, then so they have a board, right?
Mhm.
So not all the schools in I know they have Texas Prairie A&M or something. It's not the Texas A&M actually,
Mm.
but there are some schools that are not in the Texas system. I think Texas Tech is in the system. Texas State University is in it.
Mm.
UNT, University of North Texas, is in that.
Mhm.
University of Texas at Dallas is
Mm.
in that. Arlington is in that. San Antonio is in that, and then
Okay.
Texas at Tyler is in that. Yeah.
Okay. So, bro, how do a prospective student get to find out which? I mean, we just mentioned them, but let's say after this video, the student want to get on any website to find out, because as for in South Dakota too, we have the same thing like that, but nothing has to do with all the scholarship. We have the South Dakota Board of Regency, right? So they control all the schools here in
Okay.
South Dakota. So I believe it has something similar to do with what you're talking about.
Right. Exactly.
How can a prospective student get on a website to know that this school is under this umbrella, so that I know that this is the school I am applying to?
Yeah. So you can just go to Google and type schools that form, or schools under the Texas education system,
Mm.
and it should be able to, pop up or give you all the schools that are in the Texas education system. But like I said, the University of, I can mention some of them. I don't remember all of them, but University of Texas at Tyler, my current school, University of Texas at Dallas, UTD, University of Texas at San Antonio is in that. University of North Texas is in that.
Okay.
University of Texas at Arlington is also in that. University of Texas at Austin is also in that.
Yeah.
So that is 6 that I've mentioned. They have Texas Women University, but that is not that. I'm sure that is not part of it, because I've not seen that school in that.
Okay.
And University of Texas, Texas Tech University is also part of that. Right. So I've mentioned 7 of them.
Seven
And then
of them, right?
I think Texas State University is also in that. Yeah. So 8 of them.
So with what you just said, and I just Googled, right, as you said, as a student should do, like me, I just did it, and then I was finding some of these schools, like you just mentioned, even here. So you have University of Texas at Arlington, right, and then still the University of Texas at Austin, University of Texas at Dallas. I don't know if this is part University of Texas at El Paso, and then also University of Texas at San Antonio.
San Antonio is part.
Okay, and then you have the University of Texas at Tyler. That is where you are, right? And then you have university. They are a lot here. They are all here.
They're a lot
here. This is so wonderful. So guys, I want you to try as much as possible, right? Get into this, get all the information you need. Because at the end, you need money, you need that help, you need that scholarship that can cushion you a little bit. All right. So before we get to the application, get into the visa thing that is crazy, that is trying to scare a lot of people. If you happen to be a first time you're still here, I want to say thank you so much. My name is Sogam, and then I'm doing this session with my brother, who is called Aaron Boateng, translated to Aaron inspiring a lot of people. Aaron is also a YouTuber who creates a lot of beautiful content when it has to do with study abroad. He is a CEO. of NGO, and then also with some other companies that are into laptop, or computing, whatever it is, repairs or whatever it is. So this is a big man. I am just opportuned by the grace of God. In fact, I honor grace. I honor
Oh, I beg.
grace.
we are we are learning we are learning from you.
I know you say that. So, guys, still try to share. I know we're going to get into one or two questions and answers, right? But it will be after Aaron has spoken about his visa journey to the US, right? So please put in your questions in the comment section, and then we'll try to answer one or two of them, right? I know we have a lot of people who are watching us, but just try to put in your questions also. We'll be getting to that very, very soon. And please try to hit the subscribe button if this is your first time, and check out Aaron in Spice also on YouTube, and do that as well. All right. Once again, I'm back to my brother Aaron in Spice. Bro, getting to the American embassy in Ghana, it comes with a lot of tension. No matter how you are in public speaking, I don't know how they built that environment. It's like the moment you get in there, it's like you are getting into the White House, like you are getting to America. Like, I don't know, because sometimes I feel like, oh, I can speak, but I remember that day, no matter whatever it is, the moment you are getting in there, I don't know. I just don't know how they built it, right? So imagine those days, the year 2023. This is Aaron. I don't know if you took Uber or Bolt or you took Trotro.
I took Uber.
And then you just got in there. So talk about your process from, I don't know, what time was your interview that day?
It was 11. Was it? Yeah, 11 a.m.
11 a.m.
Yeah.
And then what time did you get
June 22nd. I got to the embassy around 9:30. Yeah.
How I wish that if church starts at 11, we go there by 9.
Don't bring this here. Don't bring this here. This is a roadside.
God have mercy on us, my brother.
I tell you, in the name of visa. People even go and sleep there like 5 hours before their time.
I heard one pastor was going to took the entire church congregation as he was inside. It was Fred who was telling me he was inside the embassy. The church, the congregant
were praying. Aya.
I heard the pastor came and bounced. Oh my God, Charlie. Oh God, we thank you for everything. Okay, so now you had it in Ghana, right?
Yeah, I had it in Ghana.
So you happen to know that wonderful tree that a lot of people gather under, that
right.
Trying to go through their preparations with a pamphlet like, why are you going to the US? Blah 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 blah.
Charlie, we are talking about
tension for you again.
Yeah, let me say, with the tension, like you said, even if you are the best public speaker, when you get there, you are still going to have that tension. And you know, it's not like the place was built on anything. It's just the chemistry that God used to create us. So whenever you are going somewhere and you know the outcome for whatever you are going into is just two-sided. It's either it's going to be a yes or a no.
Yeah.
God has created us in a way that no matter who you are, you'll be tense. There is a little of anxiety that will come in there. Do you understand me? And it's not based on the fact that let me say you are good or you are not good. And even if you prayed, unless perhaps you have kind of gotten to the state with God, you know, God has given you the assurance. He has you have asked for like maybe 3 confirmations, and all the confirmations has come through. Even with that, bro, when you get there, your human nature, because you are a flesh, so you are a spirit in the flesh, and as long as you dwell in this flesh, there are things that the flesh will exhibit, and one of the things that the flesh exhibits is anxiety, right, and fear, and those kind of things. Yeah. So It's not built. American embassy is not built on anything. It's part of us. All I say is the visa interview is the most easiest. If you were able to go through the application process, the visa interview is the most easiest. Why? Because at this point you have all the genuine documents that backs the fact that you need to be given the visa. All you are going there to do is to defend why they need to give you that visa, or to tell them that yes, this I have this and this and that, and this shows on your website that I qualify for a visa to go and study in the US. And so you need to give me the visa. And that is all the interrogation that the visa officer is going to have with you. And at that point, if you mess up in terms of the documents you have provided or the information you have provided in your GS 160, and then what you are saying are in inconsistencies, then that is when they deny you. But then if whatever you placed on the GS 160 is inconsistent or synchronizes with whatever you are saying, then you are granted a visa. So the visa interview is the most easiest, and I always tell people that don't struggle to go and get that visa. Right? Don't struggle to go and get that visa unless perhaps and don't let anything be like if you have fully funded, that is where you can get a visa. I've seen people who with fully funded getting bounced, and I've seen people with zero scholarship getting visas. So it's not based on your scholarship, it's not based on your GTA, it's not based on your funding, it's not based on the school you are going. It's all about how you are exactly you're able to defend your destiny.
That is so because that defiles. Okay, so let me put it like this: I'm also that person that I was able to get a visa with no scholarship.
Wow.
There was one time that I went for this visa interview. I have been denied before. I wasn't fortunate like my brother here. I have been denied before, and I went to this interview with this guy. He was going to pursue his PhD, bro. The money that this guy was going to get, full scholarship, and then the stipend was just
generous.
Full one. And can you imagine that this guy got denied a visa? This guy had even his bachelor's in a different country. So when it happens to do with travel history, this guy
has it.
He has it. And then he came, he was going to do PhD straight, that accelerated program, not like master's before PhD, right? But this guy got denied. Right in front of me. I remember that day, it was like the saddest day for this guy. Because whatever the people have been saying that, oh man, the moment you have the how do you call it? The sponsorship, the award or whatever it is a huge yes for you. But this guy got denied. So just to add to the point that Aaron was making, that it doesn't matter either you have it with you go there with a scholarship or not. It depends on, number one, God doing whatever he wants to do with you, and then number two, how prepared you are. That's the entire thing. That's the entire thing. Bro, how did you dress? Was he black and white, African attire, or
it was just
you did some
makeup? African some African attire, African top, and then a black trouser. Was it black? No, a blue black trouser. Yeah, and then I had my shoes on. Yeah, very simple. It's just a normal African print shirt, and then a trouser, and then my shoe.
That was all. And then you had your clear bag and all that with you.
I had my clear bag.
Admission letter in there. And then what else were you having? Your passport, your I-20,
my passport, my I-20, my DS-160 confirmation page, and then your visa receipt, the I-20, and then your appointment confirmation page. Yeah. So these are the basic, and then because I was married, so I had my marriage certificate too with me in case
they purposes.
Exactly. So, and then what again? Basically those, and then the assistantship letters and those kind of stuff that I need to back up with. But the visa officer didn't even inspect any of this. And you know, when I was going, last minute, someone who promised me for bank statement. You know, when you are going, they'll tell you that your deficit, you need to have a bank statement to prove that, right? So I was going there, and that was one of the reasons I went there early too, because someone promised to come and meet me with a bank statement at the embassy, and the person didn't come. We were waiting until it got my turn to go in. So when I was going inside there, Charlie, it was very tough for me, because how can I enter? I know I had a deficit of 16K, and I'm entering the embassy without a bank statement.
No, and bro, take me back. So you are saying that, not an uncle, by the way. Shout out to all those uncles again.
Yeah.
Somebody promised you a bank statement.
Right.
That we all know the essentiality of this document.
Right.
The person promised you that they will bring it to you on the day of the interview.
Right.
At the US Embassy. But
right.
Man, hold on. Why were you not able to take that document before coming to the interview?
The whole thing happened like 2 weeks to the interview. I had already spoken with people and so that was how I was building my storyline, right? So I think 1 week to the interview, and the person was in UK, and the person told me that, this is the bank statement. And when the person was sending the bank statement, sent me a bank statement of £2,000. And you know, when you convert £2,000 to dollars, it's not going to get to the 16K.
Yeah.
And the person was trying to kind of explain to me how the embassies work, and it's not about the balance in it, but it's about the kind of money that passed through. And I said, no, it's not about just the transaction, but we are talking about the balance. They need a liquid money. It's not that's why they don't even accept the investment. So they need an existing cash, so that if today something should happen, you get to the US, something should happen, they can take it out. So what are you telling me? So it has to become like back and forth, like it was like the person knows what he is talking about. And I have also read because I have going through the process. So I've read a lot, so I know what they needed. So at the end of the day, we can't go with that statement. And that was when I started, now something that I was keeping under G, that I didn't want to tell people. Now I have to now be opening up. So before I went for my interview in my church, about like some number of people were aware I was going for an interview, and I didn't like that kind of thing. But I mean, if God says this is it, no matter what human beings do, it wouldn't happen. So that happened, and now within 1 week I have to look for a statement. And all the people I was asking, they would keep telling me, oh, I don't have this balance in it, I don't have this, I don't have that. So a good friend promised me, he wasn't close to me, so it was a night to the interview. That was when the person promised me that, okay, I've gotten one, but this and this and this and that, so I'll bring it to you to the embassy. And I was even like, okay, why don't you send me the soft copy, then I will just print it. And then he was like, he wanted the signature of the manager and those kind of stuff to be on it, for it to look genuine, for it to be genuine, right? Yeah. I was like, okay, then that's fine. So we waited. It wasn't coming. So I went to the embassy with my wife. So I asked her to, kind of approach the security gate. So when I was entering, I told the security man that, okay, this is it. So maybe my wife will bring you something, then you bring it to me inside. So we arranged for that. I went inside. It was getting to my 10, 3 people ahead of me, 2 people ahead of me. And I was still looking back to see if the security man was coming, and no one was coming. And I was like, where it has gotten to, God, have your own way. So I remember I went to the restroom two times just to be able to buy time, and see if the statement will come. But nothing was happening. And so I had to just go ahead for the interview, because people in the embassy were kind of seeing how I was moving like about, and it would look suspicious, like you are hiding something or something. So I just know, let me just join the queue and then move. So I joined the queue and I moved. So I entered the embassy without a bank statement. Yeah,
bro,
that was a big risk I took.
No, okay, but let's talk about this, right? You know, on your I-20, for example, the I-20 from the University of South Dakota, when you get it, and then maybe the name of the family sponsor will be on the I-20 for you.
Yeah.
Is it the same thing for University of Texas in Tyler?
Yeah. So this is the trick. I know some schools they would determine what you are going to write on it. But in my school, with my international office, when I got the statement, it was someone who gave me the statement to be able to attain the I-20. And when I was getting it, I told them that they should do it family fund. So
Okay.
they didn't write a specific person's name on it. So at that point, I can go for the interview with any bank statement at all.
I'm thinking if they had put maybe McRae Sogan as your sponsor, and then here you are with another bank statement that has Aaron Boateng on it, like the discrepancies are just is a huge
obvious.
thing.
It's a huge thing, and they will bounce you with that. They will bounce you. They will stand on that and bounce you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, but before we get to the questions that you were asked, how did you prepare for the visa interview? How did you prepare? Were you having some mock interview
Oh yeah. I
sessions?
was having mock interview sessions with Fred because Fred started this journey way back in 2019. So he has batches of people he has assisted. So he has a WhatsApp group that we meet at dawn around 4:30 a.m. Yeah. So I was joining. I was joining for mock sessions, and then when it got to like 2 weeks to the interview, I stopped joining because I now wanted to focus on myself. Because sometimes when you go, the kind of after the kind of suggestions people give, it's kind of breaking, because some people told me that, oh, with your deficit of 16K, it will be difficult for you to be approved, and so go and try Cote d'Ivoire instead of Accra, because Accra wouldn't help you. And if I had changed to Cote d'Ivoire, that was when some people went to mess up. I don't know if you remember, there were some people whose visas were revoked. So if I had gone, if I had changed it, that would have happened to me as well. So I prayed about it, and the confirmation I received was I had to attend my interview in Accra. So 2 weeks to my interview, I stopped joining mock sessions, and now sorry, I was having one-on-one with this lady. Shout out to Francisca.
Okay.
Franca she has really been a good friend too. So I was having one-on-one sessions with her, and then she was also kind of encouraging me, helping me out, and so I received that kind of encouragement from there. Then 1 week to the interview, now I said I'm not listening to anyone. It's now between me and my God. Now whatever suggestions I've gotten, everything I sieved everything, and then I took the best ones out. I trashed the bad ones, and then I took the best ones, and then I started practicing with my wife. So I let my wife ask me questions, and then I'll be speaking and answering and other stuff. So that's how I prepare.
Okay, so you were not standing in front of any how do I put it, any mirror sometimes if you are trying to look into the eyes of the counselor or blah 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 blah. You never tried anything like that?
No, I didn't stand before the mirror. I either do it with my wife, or sometimes I'll be asking myself the question when I'm walking by the roadside, and then I try to answer myself in my head.
Yeah, bro, it is a good thing. Okay, so now we can now head over to talk about Aaron, the finality of you appearing in front of that trained visa officer. Was he a man or a woman who interviewed you?
It was a woman, an Indian woman.
An Indian woman.
Yeah.
Me too, was a woman, like a woman who interviewed me. God bless all the women.
Yeah.
even though she tried, she placed me on administrative review, but I still want to say thank God for that. Yeah, my journey, bro. My journey is something else. So now I'm sure that when it was about 3 to 4 people in front of you, how was it happening to you? Like, I'm sure that it was getting tensions.
It was getting tensions because and why it was getting tensions, especially for me, it was because the first consular, they had, during my time there were just 3 consulars. So it was a white American, then it was some Chinese lady, and then it was the Indian. So the Indian was at the third booth, the second for the Chinese, and then the first for the American. And everything those who goes to the American were saying, you could hear them.
Yeah.
Other than the one at the Indian lady. So like 3 people in front of me, the guy went, and then after everything, the woman was like, can I see your bank statement? And it was like everyone that was going to her, she was requesting for the bank statement. And was like, whose bank statement is this? My brother, and is your brother sponsoring you? Yeah. And said, I'm sorry, I can't approve your visa at this point. Got denied. Then it was two people in front of me. So the next person went to the American woman, and then a vacant came at the Chinese lady, and so that guy, the person now in front of me, went to the Chinese lady, and so my prayer was like, the American woman shouldn't finish first. The Indian woman should finish so that I go there, because the way the woman was asking for bank statements, and I know I didn't have the bank statement on me. So if I go to her and she asks me, Makuri, I don't know what I was going to say. That so I don't have any bank statement. Is that what you're going to say? Like, I don't know. So my prayer was like, God shouldn't let me go to her. So when the guy went to the Chinese lady, and now it was my turn, I was just praying for the guy at the Indian woman to finish first. And by God's grace, the guy at the Indian woman finished first, and then now I had to move to that booth. Then I went to that booth.
Did that guy get approved? The one who was in front of you with the Indian VO?
Yeah, the Indian VO. Yeah, he got approved.
He got approved.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the way, when the guy was approved, the guy was like, so he did this in front of it. So when he did it, I was like, yes, afa. So he started packing his stuff.
I did that too. The moment, even though I know that she placed me under administrative review, right? But she took my passport, my bank statement, my item, my everything. She took all my document, right? I told myself that even if this is a denial, the fact that she took my documents, I was like, I said, when I was going out of the embassy, I was like, God, hey, nobody can be compared unto you. I'm yes.
Because you had already faced one denial, right? Because you had already faced one denial. So if now they have taken your documents and you are on AP, then I mean it's a step ahead, right? So you were very positive. You were very optimistic and positive about it.
I know one of my friends that when he got denied, he you know what he did? He had to put his passport. You know, when they deny you, everybody will know. When they approve you, everybody will know. So
exactly,
because he didn't want to let the people know that he was denied, so he said he took his passport and he had to use the clear back to cover it so that nobody will see that he has been denied and all that. But Aaron, share your story with us. Now here you are in front of this Indian VO.
Yeah. So I got there and I was like, good. I mean, during the time, my appointment was 11, but then the interview started around 12:30. So I was like, good afternoon, madam. And she was like, afternoon, how are you doing? I said, I'm good. And pass me your documents. So I gave my documents to her. That's my passport. So when the visa officer asks you for the documents, there are two documents actually. That's your passport and then the I-20, right? That's what you're supposed to pass to her. So I passed to her. Then they during your biometrics and other stuff, they will attach something behind your passport. And it's a barcode of your DS-160. So she just scans it, and then everything of yours pops up. So she started on a computer, and then she was like, okay, so I think the first question was, why are you going to pursue mathematics? That was the first question. Why mathematics? So then I started saying that, so I did my bachelor's in mathematics, and after my bachelor's, I've been working as a quantitative analyst, and currently I'm going to pursue a master's degree because I need this degree to be able to upgrade in my career or in my field of work. So that is why I'm going to pursue this master's program in mathematics. And then the next question was like, okay, so I can see you have an assistantship. Is it a teaching or a research? And I was like, oh, it was a teaching. And like, okay, so you are going to teach a course. I was like, yeah, I'm going to teach pre-calculus to undergraduate students in the university. I was like, oh, then you must be very good. Have you? So, and she was like, have you taught before? I was like, yeah, I've taught before. I was a TA on UCT campus, though I wasn't a TA. So I did my national service with a school, but I did it with a college of distance education. So as a national service, I worked for the school. So I have to play smart over there. So I was like, oh yeah, I was a TA at UCC. And if they needed a proof, I have the national
bro, you go bro.
Oh my God. Right. So yeah, so quickly I have to support my teaching work I'm coming to do in the US with
Mm,
like some kind of experience. So
yeah.
and then she was like, okay, so it was just three questions. So and then she was like, okay, so I can see you have a deficit. Who is going to take care of the deficit? And I was like, oh, my uncle, who is in the person of blah blah blah. She is the he's the president for Compassion International,
Mm,
and he is going to help me with the remaining deficit. He has been supporting my undergraduate education till
mm,
now, and he's still believing my aspirations. And yeah, so he's going to take care of the deficit. And I thought the next question that was going to come
what's the bank
was,
statement?
can you show me the bank statement? And so he asked me, so for a follow up, and he was like, what is Compassion International? And I was like, oh, they are
NGO.
uh NGO, yeah, that deals in helping the less privileged in society and blah blah blah. And I was like, oh, okay, congratulations, Mr. Boateng, your visa has been approved.
Hey,
I was I was shocked, like no bank statement,
whoa,
nothing.
whoa,
And
whoa, whoa,
when she
whoa.
said that,
Mm,
when she said that, I don't want to waste much time over there. So immediately she said that, and she said, I'm going to keep your passport. So take this sheet, and then it will direct you to where to pick your. But whatever she was saying, I was not
you didn't
listening.
hear it again.
I just took the white paper, started packing everything into mine because I've not even opened my file because
Mm,
she didn't ask. The only thing she asked for was the I-20 and the passport. So
mm,
just took the white paper, place it on my clear bag, and
mm.
then quickly I started working. I don't need anything again. All I needed was,
Wow,
you are keeping my passport and you have given me the white sheet to go and collect my passport. And I moved out,
bro.
and it was a glorious time.
Isn't there a God to answer prayers?
Yeah, there is a God. There is a God. The
Wow.
prayers and the seeds I've sown into this because I knew
Mm,
I was not having the bank statement, Charlie.
bro, so I'm sure you've sown seeds, I'm sure, into the pastor's life,
Yeah,
into your spiritual father's life,
right.
and then who? Which grace did you honor again?
Yeah,
Bro,
Charlie.
the only thing that you were lacking, grace covered that part for you.
Covered it. Covered it.
Wow. Because looking at the anxiety that you spoke of, going to the washroom, because you could be considered as somebody who has something that you're trying to hide, right?
Exactly.
And then they will probably send the security officers to come and ask you that, man, what is
Are
happening?
you okay?
Yeah. But
Yeah,
you were just trying to buy time.
exactly.
But grace,
Exactly.
guess what? All this
Grace.
time you were trying to buy or whatever, the Christ has paid
Grace. Exactly.
all for you. Oh, bro,
Charlie.
congratulations to you. And then you
Thank you,
went to
sir.
DHL to just pick up your passport. In how many days
Yeah.
time?
I think was it 4 days time? Yeah,
Wow.
let me say in a week time. In a week time.
Mm.
So yeah.
So did you receive an email from the embassy that your passport is ready to be picked up, or the DHL reached out to you in an email form?
No, so you receive it from the embassy, and then also what I was doing was, Charlie, when after the approval, every day I was checking my, your
Email.
CGI portal.
Oh yeah.
Your CGI portal, the update is being done over there too. So
Mm.
I kept checking my CGI portal, checking whether it has changed, the status has changed. It was
Mm.
still not changing, and until 1 week later, I saw that it has changed to ready for pickup, and then quickly
You went there.
I went there and then picked my passport up.
Bro, once again, congratulations to you. You made it.
Thank
You
you.
were so lucky by the grace of God to get it on your first attempt. Isn't
Right.
God good? And then
God is good.
the most part that inspired me was the fact that the bank statement, because that friend that I was telling you about, he went without a bank statement and then he was denied. Why? Because the VO, I'm telling you categorically, that's when I'm so much interested in your story, because the VO asked him that, okay, do you have any bank statement to prove this? Because at his time, the people who were trying to sponsor him, they were here in the US, right? And then they were just telling him that, oh, just go to the interview, just talk and convince them, and everything will be fine. That was his first time to. This was in the year 2017. So
Wow.
he went there, and then they asked him that, okay, do you have a bank statement to prove this thing? It was like, no, he doesn't have it, but he knows the people. This is what he said. He said, no, I don't have a bank statement, but I know the people because they come to Ghana and I work with them and all that and all that. And then he was denied. He said it was one white man. They called the man like the bald man those days.
The
I don't
bald
know.
man. Yeah. I've
Yeah.
heard of him.
So the man denied him because he came with no bank statement. And listen, so the second time when he went for this interview, it was a black man, a black American. So the man asked him that, why do you think you were denied? He categorically stated that it was because he brought no bank statement. And then the man nodded his head, and then the interview went great for him.
Wow.
Should it be the fact that you were also asked the same question?
Charlie, like it would have been something else.
Bro, Aaron, God is with you. God is with you,
amen.
right?
God
So
is with me.
with the transcript evaluation that you spoke of,
Right.
how did you do it? How did you do it? Because there are some people here, they want to learn about that too.
Yeah, so when you go to my YouTube channel, that's Aaron in Spice. I've done a video on that on free transcript evaluation, and that is what we call the West IGPA calculator. So in 2021, when I came across that West IGPA calculator, I didn't know that when you do the evaluation, your GPA could increase, because I graduated with a 2.58. So when I found the West IGPA calculator, I did whatever I'm supposed to do, and I've done a video explaining everything on my channel. So I did it, and then my GPA shot from the 2.58 to 3.2, and I was like, no, is this going to be like, is this real? So when it happened, I was like, okay, then let me give it a try. Let me invest and see. So I spoke with some friends, and shout out to my good friend Benjamin Tete. He's in North Carolina. So I spoke with him, and then he supported me. We paid, and then evaluated transcript came, and then shocking to me, it was exactly the 3.2, and I was like, wow. Then quickly I started doing the applications with it. So that was kind of what saved me, because I'm not saying that if you have a low GPA you can't get admission, because I know people with 2.7, 2.6 who has gained admission and some scholarship, but it means that if you have a low GPA, your work or your input has to be more. You have to do more of research than someone who had a first class. Not that the first class wouldn't also do research. They would do research, but theirs wouldn't be that much, because there are a lot of schools that are accepting the first classes. But then there are minimal schools that accept a low GPA and gives you funding as well.
That is so excellent. So, Aaron, just in a few minutes, just for us to wrap up quickly with this session, let's just see if we can tackle, let's say, just 2 or 3 questions that
sure.
I am getting, and then oh my God. Okay. First question here says that, can I ask about my stats and chances of receiving scholarship at Texas Tech University? I'm a student from Nepal, and please say me. Okay, bro, isn't this is a different school from your school?
This is a different school. This Texas Tech University in Lebec.
Okay, that's not where you are. Okay.
No, that's not.
Benjamin Pesasa says, okay, old Tom Aaron, very insightful. I don't know if you know him. Okay. All right. So please, Ray and Aaron, do community colleges, example, South Plains College, offer scholarships? It depends. That's what I can say. Aaron, what do you think?
Yeah, community colleges, it depends. I know some community colleges give scholarships, like Western Nebraska Community College. You can check it out. They give scholarships. They give athletic scholarships, especially if you are using your high school transcript to apply for. I mean, associate. Community colleges, the highest degree they give over there is associate degree, like HND, that can be compared to HND in Ghana. So they do offer scholarships, but not as like the 4-year universities. So those community colleges, they do give scholarship, but not that much.
And then you can just email any of the program coordinator or the international office, wherever it is, just to inquire some of this knowledge for yourself as well, right?
Exactly.
Kendall in the Dark says that, please, with regards to the GA, do I have to reach out to the professors based on the RA, or I can choose to reach out for a TA? Aaron, what do you think?
Yeah, you can choose to reach out for a TA as well. Like I said, in my case, they do offer risk. I don't know if there is a research assistantship, but
Mm,
most of the research are in the sciences field, like electrical, mechanical engineering, chemical engineering, those kind of stuffs, right?
mm,
So with the maths, it's just the PhDs that sometimes comes with RAs and other stuff, but majority
mm.
of them are TAs.
Okay.
So yeah, reach out to the programs coordinator just to find out whether they are still having positions available. That is what you are finding out.
Mm. Okay, Derek Jesse says that how long did it take you to get admission after applying to University of Texas, Tyler?
It took me like 2 weeks. So the day I submitted the application, within 2 weeks, I've gotten the admission, and 2 weeks later, I've gotten the assistantship letter.
Mm,
So within 1 month, I've gotten everything from this school, and I started my visa processes.
mm.
It was very
Okay.
fast.
All right, great. So just maybe 1-2 questions more and then we are done. This one says that do you guys always pay service fee before the interview? Hey,
Yeah,
Cindy,
service fee.
you have to,
Yeah, you
please.
have to pay service fee. But the trick is don't pay like 3 months, 4 months to the interview.
Mm,
So always when you get the interview date, no one is pressuring you to pay a service fee. So when you get the interview date, wait like 5 days to the interview, or maybe 2 weeks to the interview to pay your service fee. The reason I'm saying that is the service fee lifespan is 1 year, and it starts from the day you bought it. So
mm,
if you buy it in August, it means that for 1 year it's going to expire the following year, July. So
yeah.
if you buy it in August and maybe you are going for let's say you bought it in January and you are going for your interview in June, and you bought it in January, from January to June, all those months there you have wasted it.
Mm,
So it's a wasted month.
yeah.
So you just have to make sure that 2 weeks to your interview you buy the service fee,
Mm,
in the sense that in case you go and it didn't go well and you have to use the same service or you use the same service receipt, then it will be within that year, right?
yeah.
But
Mhm.
if you go and doesn't go well and then you have just like 2 months and you can't find a date, it will go against you. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then the last question that we will do here says that hello, McCray. Okay, it says hello, McCray. Please, I wanted to pursue a PhD in food science with a bachelor's in food science, a GPA of 3.62, and a GRE would it be easier getting Master of Science? What do you advise?
Yeah. So I would advise, one, don't throw your eggs into one basket or place all your eggs in one basket. You have a bachelor's. Yes, you can move straight from bachelor's to the PhD. But instead of doing just PhD applications, at least if you have targeted that you want to apply to 5 schools, I will advise you to apply to 3 PhD schools, 3 PhD programs, and 2 for masters. In the sense that if you are not able to enter through the PhD, it will be easier to enter into the masters. Why? Because if people who are applying for the PhD or people you are going to compete with already have master's degrees, because remember, there are students in the US already who maybe after their master's degree, some of them have 2 masters and they now want to go and do PhD. And they have bachelors, they have 2 masters, and they now want to apply for a PhD. You have just the bachelor's degree.
Yeah.
It will make the competition very tough for you, right? So I always advise that if you have shortlisted that you want to apply to 5 schools, apply for 3 PhDs and then 2 masters, or three masters and then 2 PhDs. But don't apply all as a PhD. Yeah, that's the advice I'll give you.
Okay.
But a 3.6 GPA is a very good GPA.
It's a very good
and if
GPA.
you have a GRE, if you have GRE, that's a very good one. So yeah, go ahead for that.
So Rosalie Brimpont, give it a shot. God is with you. Okay, guys, we have to let the big man have his own time. We've taken so much
You
of
are a big man, oh.
bro. So much of his time today, bro. I want to get from you just your last words to maybe in just in about 30 seconds or something, your last words to any prospective students who is here watching us, or people who will return trying to watch our videos and all that. Please be a blessing to them.
Yeah. Yeah, what I want, my final words is there is nothing new under the sun, and there is
Mm,
nothing that God cannot do.
mm,
Uh if you are late in life, is not mean you are a failure.
mm,
Starting late is better than not starting at all or not doing it at all. People have gained their PhDs in their 30s or in their 40s. Others gain their PhDs in their 20s. That doesn't mean that the one who had a PhD in their 40s is not having a PhD. They are all doctorate degrees, right? So it's better to start late than not to start at all. And one thing that I want you to know in this journey is it will come with its own, ups and downs. Be prepared for it. It is not going to be smooth. We all didn't have it smooth. That it was smooth all the way till we got here. And even when you get here, it's not going to be all smooth. Because when you finish with school, my career is done with school now. He's now battling with OPT and other stuff. And after that, you will now be battling with green card and other stuffs, right? So we don't arrive in this journey. We don't arrive. We make progress. So
mm,
that's what I would say.
mm.
Take your time and take the steps one after the other. Don't rush to jump to the end of a thing be, before you even start. It's only God that can get to the end of a thing
Mm.
before he even starts. But as human beings, let's learn to take that gradual steps, that tortoise steps, that ant steps, and then gradually it is going to take us to that dispensation that we want to get to. And before I end, I want to tell you that remember your dream is valid. Don't let anyone look down on you. Be very positive, stay optimistic, don't give up on your dream. Keep pursuing it because one day it will come to pass.
Because one day it will definitely come to pass. Please join me to say thank you, Medase. Gracias, Akpenao.
And
To
before I move, I think
Aaron
there are
Spice.
some people who are asking some questions. They're like, Aaron, when are you posting on your
Hey, let
page?
me
It's
post that.
been a
Let me
while.
post that. It says Derek still says that Aaron,
There-
when are you posting on your page? It's been a while you posted a video.
Charlie, I know. I really missed my fans. I really missed my fans, all my subscribers,
Yeah.
and they were trying to ban TikTok and they reinstate it again. We don't know if they are going to take it again, but we are
Yeah.
back again. And I need to do a video to come and apologize to you guys. I went off and I didn't tell anyone, and it's been kind of tough. I'm trying to wrap up with
Yeah.
semester stuffs
Your
and
American life is not easy.
school,
Oh, hey.
Charlie. And so in due time you will hear from me, right? In due
Yeah.
time you will hear from me. But I'm not off the market. I'm still there. It's because of academic stuffs and some family stuffs as well. So that's why like the time is not balancing now, but very soon it will balance.
So are we expecting a video this week?
Hey, senior, Ajay, Macri,
Please,
don't make me laugh.
do one
But
shot.
Derek, thank you for passing through. But like, yeah, I'll try and then be coming live on TikTok. I'll do a video and I'll come and post it on the YouTube to
Mm.
be coming live. I think doing live on TikTok more will help me because I can that one. I can relate with you guys than to sit down and do a video and come and post. Like
Yeah.
now it will be very very tough, but I will get there. We'll get there.
We'll get
Yeah.
there. I mean, Charlie, sitting down to edit videos, record yourself, like, hey, our people, it's not easy. Anything that we are just asking that the least you can just do for us is to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. And the good thing is that it is free. You're not paying anything to subscribe or like that is just the little thing that we are asking from you. It's just a way of you coming a long way. So right now, if you're here, you're new, please subscribe to both of us our channels. It is important. Aaron Inspires, Makere Soga. That is the list we are just asking from all of you. Please, it is very, very important. So once again, my brother Aaron, want to say thank you so much. I will
thank you too.
Meet you just after this session. Please.
Thank you very much, and I really like your background. I'll come and learn from you, Charlie.
Look at me. Oh, Aaron. Anyways, guys, I want to say thank you so much for joining me in today's edition of Steady Abroad Stories of Hope. And I had my brother Aaron Inspires who joined me to share this wonderful story with all of you. It has been a blessing journey. Look at what he was sharing. He went to this embassy with no bank statement. But listen, we are not asking you to do the same thing. The grace that worked for our brother is different. is just different. He got rejections from 6 schools here in the US. 6 schools. He started his journey way back in 2019, but he came 2023. No matter the length of it, he was just making sure that he's making a step, doing his researches, reaching out to professors, and then he got his scholarship, and that was what he came to the US of A with. So if this is your first time, you want to start, please start. Whatever that is heckling you or that is baffling your steps, please reach out, and then it will be of help to you. It is very, very, very important, because some of us, what we are enjoying, we want you guys to equally have that experience, and then we are here to help you, right? So whatever it is, try as much as possible to reach out, and then we will be able to help you. I want to say thank you so much. As I said, if you are still joining us for the very first time, please subscribe before you leave here. Hit the subscribe button before you leave here. It is very, very important. That is the way of you trying to support us. Once again, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Makure Soga. And remember that I'm able to do this. My brother Aaron is able to do this because of one thing. That is by the grace of God. It is Jesus who is always helping us to strive. So please, whatever you do, make sure that God is in the focus with you. Because if God is in the focus with you, you are able to focus well, knowing what exactly to do. My name is Makure Soga. I'll see you in another live edition again. Once again, we have many other videos on the channel. Athletic Scholarship, we just posted that, so try to watch that. Many thanks for watching. I'll see you on the other side. My name is Makure Soga. See you. Bye-bye.